30 grow a garden items you're lucky to own. Ooh, okay.
Imagine being able to build an ad with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Base 40.
From items that are no longer in the game to items that have a 0.1% chance of you getting. These
I
are
own
the
none
items
of
you're
them.
lucky to own. Let's start with the most wanted flower in the entire game, the Candy Blossom. It came out during the Easter event, which happened super early in Grow a Garden's life cycle. Here's the kicker. The devs confirmed this item will never return.
Why?
If you own it, you basically have a piece of Grow a Garden history that most players could only dream about. Now, not all rare seeds are extinct. Some are just harder to get, like the raspberry seed. This used to be a mythical level item until the Angry Plant update, but it's still pretty rare to come across and only has a 14.2% drop chance from a normal seed pack. It's also one of the 5 bush-type crops in the game that grow 8 berries per yield. Now, this one is reserved for the elite, the Jendel monkey.
Whoa.
This pet is
Whoa.
and given to a tiny group of content creators. And
That
what
one's sick.
makes it insane?
Oh,
You
I'd
can
love to have
apply
that.
every mutation to a single fruit. That's like giving your crops superpowers. There's even a running joke about a Jendel event where players can finally earn one, but for now, it's one of the most exclusive pets in the game. From berries to bones, next is the Bone Blossom, a plant with a prehistoric twist.
Meh.
It came from
Meh.
the Dinosaur Quest
Meh.
event, and while it wasn't too
Meh.
hard to get, the real regret came from players not grinding for extras. Why? Because back then, you could pay shekels to restart the quest and farm multiple Bone Blossoms. Today, these are insanely valuable because they were OP during the Zen update and even let you craft insane dishes in the cooking update. Another admin-only flex, the Red Dragon. This fiery pet applies the burnt mutation,
Whoa.
which makes it a top-tier helper for cooking.
Okay.
It's basically like having a private
What?
chef with dragon power.
What you laughing?
Unless you're a dev or a
What you
special
laughing?
content creator, you'll probably never own this bad boy. Let's move on to mechanics with the Lucky Harvest mechanic. So when a player harvests a crop, there's a small chance that a Lucky Harvest will occur, which gives the player the seed of the harvested plant. This way, players can get rare seeds from a beanstalk, ember lily, or even a sugar apple. But you've got to act quickly because the seed will despawn after 30 seconds if not collected. The panda was the first ever pet in Grow a Garden. Released during the animal update, it was only available for 1 hour on May 3rd. That's right, 60 minutes to get one of the rarest pets ever. Most people missed it, which means if you have it, you're basically an OG legend. So the sunflower was introduced during the Busy Bee event and happens to be the rarest obtainable seed from the flower seed pack with a 0.5% chance of popping up.
Wow.
This item also carries a pretty hefty price tag for 160,000 shekels. Even though the sunflower is the first multi-harvest sunflower type plant in the game, it's actually predated by the sweet type candy sunflower. 4th of July in Grow a Garden wasn't just about fireworks, it was about the Uncle Sam gnome. This little guy was only available for 24 hours during a secret update, and you had to unbox crates sold by the Uncle Sam NPC. Gnomes normally aren't worth much, but this one is a true collector's item for players who love rare cosmetics.
5%?
Moving on, the
Not really
Golden
rare.
Goose was released during the Beanstalk
Oh!
event update with blue squares resembling diamonds on its chest and along its back, and emitting golden sparkles. This pet had just a 1% drop chance from the time-limited sprout egg, and in the rare case you did get one, the goose lays a golden egg every 13 minutes that starts with the fortune mutation. Spriggan pet. Another pet that dropped in during the Beanstalk event update was the Spriggan, a brown human-like creature with branches growing out of the top part of its body, and I particularly love this guy's trait because every 23 minutes it spreads its roots and all nearby fruits within 30 studs have a 15% chance to get the bloom mutation. This creepy cool cosmetic is the Monster Mask trophy. It's legendary for one reason. It's the only trophy Grow a Garden has ever released. It was given exclusively to players who attended the Monster Mash event on May 24th.
To be fair, yeah, I heard Grow a Garden is dying, you know?
No
Hala.
reruns, no second chances. So if you have it, you're part of a super exclusive club. This one's wild. The glitched eggplant. It appears inside Sam's seed shop when the game fails to load correctly. And no, this isn't the regular eggplant you get from the basic seed pack. This one is a legit glitch collectible, which makes it one of the weirdest and rarest items on this list. And then we have the Disco Bee. Added during the Friendship update and a product of the Anti-Bee egg, the Disco Bee is what you want to get if you're looking to have your fruits get the Disco mutation every 15 minutes. Also, fun fact, among all pets with the ability of applying a crop mutation, the Disco Bee applies the mutation with the second highest multiplier right behind Harmonized Foxfire Chakra. This is the most lore-rich gnome in the game, the 1x1x1x1 gnome. Why? Because it's tied to one of Roblox's oldest myths, the legendary 1x1x1x1 account. It only has
Wait, I think this music is
has a
copyrighted.
1% drop chance from the iconic gnome crate, which itself
Why am I
appears when
acting
the
like I
gnome
get paid
merchant
from YouTube?
spawns.
I don't
So
get
yeah,
paid
if
on
you see
YouTube.
this in
What
someone's
about
garden,
about?
you're either insanely lucky or an actual Roblox historian. The summer update gave us a bunch of pets, starting with the flamingo. Part of the summer update, flamingo has a 17% chance of being in the egg shop, which is higher than pets like kitsune or golden goose, but still makes it highly sought after. Its rare trait, flamboyance, makes all crops produce yield 15 times faster. Next in line is the big chonky orangutan. Slightly rarer than flamingo with a 15% hatch chance. Orangutan helps with crafting by giving each material a 3.49% chance to not be consumed. I like the build on this guy because they really did make it a point to show off his arm muscles. Look at those gains. But the seal beats both flamingo and orangutan in terms of rarity with only a 10% hatch chance.
Not
But I mean,
that rare.
it makes
That
sense because his
10%
ability,
ain't that
Seal
rare.
the Deal, lets players have a chance to
I've
get
seen
back the pet they sell in the form of
0.5%.
an egg. Also, the seal has a percentage cap of 8% max, meaning the best possible egg outcome with maxed seals and all unlocked pet slot. I'm also giving away 5,000 robots
I don't
to
care.
a cool mechanic called the Eclipse mutation.
Huh?
It is only obtainable during the solar eclipse weather event in Grow a Garden.
What?
To find when the event starts, look for the eclipse icon at the bottom right of the screen. And honestly, the Eclipse mutation is easily one of the strongest additions from the Beanstalk
And the
event.
mutation.
With a 15 times multiplier, it beats out most other Grow a Garden mutations in terms of pure value. Then, the Kitsune is a limited prismatic pet obtainable from the Zen egg at a chance of 0.08%.
That's
This
rare.
X-tailed pet was
That
added
is
in the
rare.
Zen event, and every 22 minutes, Kitsune goes to another player's fruit, mutates it with chakra, duplicates it, and gives it to the player with a very rare chance to mutate with Foxfire chakra instead. Also, you're super lucky to have this pet because Kitsune has the lowest hatch chance in the game with a 1 out of 1,250 chance. The cacao seed is also one of the rarest items in the game to get. Not only is it a divine level seed, but it's said to have a 0.5% chance of stocking in Sam's shop, and the only other ways to get this seed is by digging it up with the dog or using a raccoon and stealing it from other players. Then we have the OP sea turtle, and I say OP with good reason because this bad boy's rocking not one, but 2 traits. The first one is Shell Share, which lets Sea Turtle share its wisdom with a random pet, granting 1,000 bonus experience, and Water Splash, which literally has it splash water at a nearby fruit, granting it a 10% chance to become in effect fully grown plants. The uncommon egg might sound basic, but it's actually a huge throwback. It used to be a staple in the shop, but got replaced by seasonal eggs like the summer egg. The pets it hatched, like black bunny, chicken, cats, and deer, are now locked away forever. So yeah, it's uncommon for a reason. Also, who remembers the very controversial disco spray? The spray was removed hours after its release because of the massively negative feedback from players saying disco mutation should stay rare. Props to
I
you
don't
if you
know.
still
I
managed
don't-
to
I don't
grab
play
it.
Grow
We're
a
heading
Garden.
next into dinosaur territory with the Spinosaurus, a divine rarity dinosaur pet that has an eye-watering 0.5% chance to hatch from the primal egg. The food chain trait will have the Spinosaurus devour a random mutation from 3 fruits in the user's garden, then roar, spreading those mutations to a random fruit in the garden. And because it's such a good boy, it prioritizes favorited fruits first. This one is more like an Easter egg than an item. The Dawnbound mutation for sunflowers. To unlock it, you need 4 players holding sunflowers in front of the sun god statue. If you manage to pull it off, your sunflower's value jumps by 150 times. Heading on to the toucan. And you might have already guessed it, but because this is a tropical bird, it automatically favors
Well, that's
tropical plants
massive,
with
you know.
5 studs and grants them a 1.2 times size bonus and a 1.18 times variant chance bonus, all while making chirping sounds occasionally, which I hate, but anyway. Another berry type crop you're lucky to come across is the grape. It's currently classified as a divine crop, and it wasn't even purchasable from the seed shop until the prehistoric event. Players have a 1 because their line doesn't produce grapes.
Show me the last one.
Romanesco seed is one of the coolest and rarest seeds in all of Grow a Garden. It's super lucky to have because it almost never shows up in the item shop. Only about 1 time out of 400. Usually you can only get it during special events or secret updates, so the players who have it were super quick and
Come on!
The tempestuous mutation is one of the naturally occurring
Nah, bro, you just... What? I can't even see it. What? No.
is one of the naturally
What? I'll subscribe though. I'll subscribe and I'll give you a like.